All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
Hello and welcome to this week's NASCAR Quick Hit here at SHIPIT Nation. I am Eric, also known as TheGame, and tonight we are going to be talking about the Straight Talk Wireless 400 taking place at the Homestead Miami Speedway. As always, please go ahead and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe to our SHIPIT Nation YouTube channel if you haven't already. It really does go an incredibly long way in helping us with the YouTube algorithm. Before I go ahead and start breaking down the Straight Talk Wireless 400 at the Homestead Miami Speedway, let me of course mention us, ShipItNation.com, everything you need to have success with DFS. And I want to highlight coupon code NBA15 that drops the monthly all access down to $84.15 a month. So $84.15 with the NBA 15 coupon for the all access package, and that gives you NFL, college football, the NBA, swing season golf, MMA, UFC 30 something was today. I don't know. I watched Max Holloway get beat up and Whitaker get beat up. NHL is in full swing. Baseball is wrapping up, and of course, while we're here, NASCAR. So NBA 15, ShipItNation.com. Everything you need to have success and fun with DFS. All right, let's go ahead and shift back to the Straight Talk 400, Straight Talk Wireless 400 taking place at the Homestead Miami Speedway. This weekend, green flag is at 2:30 Eastern Time, and TV coverage is on NBC in America and TSN 3 for Dale, in Canada. So a bit of a change up this weekend for our Canadian viewers. Also this weekend, we have 186.9 Dominator points up for grabs. And of course, we will want to target those points. However, due to the way qualifying shook out, and really due to how one particular driver shook out in qualifying, you can have a few different build types this weekend. You could really feasibly use between 1 and 3 Dominators per lineup. Personally, I'm sticking with the 1 and 2 Dominators per lineup just because if you jam 3 in there, the next 3 drivers you're picking are probably going to be pretty gross. So I'm sticking with 1 or 2. But if you are feeling frisky, you can absolutely jam 3 in there. All right, let's go ahead and break down this slate. And a little fun fact, right when I hit go live, I spilled half a can of Monster on my lap. So I'm sitting here with wet Monster Energy lap. All right, let me bring up the blank version of the stone. And like we have been doing, I'm just going to go ahead and just go down the field from the pole sitter all the way down to our dead last place driver and just kind of give my top of the mind thoughts on each one. Fun fact, I did also make some notes. So if you see me glance over to the left, I'm looking at my notes so I don't miss anything. So, all right, let's start with our pole sitter, Tyler Reddick. In my opinion, if he is going to lock his, if he's going to make his way into the championship 4 race at Phoenix, this is the weekend he has to do it. He is not known to be a short track ace, which is where NASCAR is heading next week to Martinsville. And I believe he's below the bubble right now. So this is a maybe this isn't a must win for Reddick, but this is a must have a great day for Reddick. What's good with Reddick, though, is this is a high tire wear track, and he is a fantastic high tire wear driver. So if there's anybody who can go out and win this much needed race, it's Tyler Reddick. Another person who can do that just as well, if not better than Tyler Reddick, and even Vegas thinks so, odds on favorite plus 300, is Kyle Larson. Projections love Larson. Everyone loves Larson. Vegas loves Larson. DraftKings salary loves Larson's. Hell, FanDuel salary loves Larson. Larson's awesome this weekend. He will be this weekend. Expect him to lead a ton of laps. How much? Who knows? This is a race. He could easily go out and lead 100 plus, or he can lead 30 or something, right? So you know what you're getting with Larson. He's a fantastic play. Oh, before I go down any further, let me quickly mention practice. Practice was once again separated into Group A and Group B, and Group A did have the faster track conditions. So if you are using practice to compare your drivers, make sure to only compare drivers from Group A. If you're using practice to compare your drivers, rather, make sure you only compare Group A drivers to Group A and Group B to Group B. The reason that stood out is Larson's practice speeds aren't really the best. He's a Group B driver. Doesn't scare me at all. Speaking of practice times, that does not scare me at all. Christopher Bell, 10.8 on DK, 13.5 on FanDuel, plus 500 on the books. Look, he has been the hottest driver since the playoffs have started. No reason for that to stop now, right? So Christopher Bell, love him on Sunday. His teammate, his JGR teammate, Denny Hamlin. Yeah, still, the books still love him. I think he's the last. Let me quickly scroll down here. Yeah, he's the last 3-digit odds at plus 800 in Vegas, 9,800 on DK. Yeah, he's probably out of the top four, Reddick, Larson, Bell, Hamlin. I feel like Hamlin would be ranked fourth out of those four drivers for me. But still, fantastic play. Definitely a pivot from those top three to Hamlin. So I will have a ton of Larson, Reddick, Bell in my lineups, and then probably swap one of those out for Hamlin just to get different in some of those lineups. Next up is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I don't know how the hell he qualified fifth. He is dog water at Homestead. Practice was fairly dog water, and he qualified fifth. I am fading with full confidence. Martin Truex Jr., that time is ticking on that career, and the chances to win keep getting less and less. Can he do it at Homestead? Absolutely. He is fantastic at Homestead. He was fantastic in practice, literally top 10 in every category. Love Truex, and he's cheap. I mean, cheap compared to, the 11,000 Larson, the 10.8 Bell. He's only $9,000. So love me some Truex Jr. on Sunday. Chase Elliott, playoff driver. Practice was terrible. Even looking at B practice, his practice was terrible, but qualified seventh. So obviously speed's there. Will I have some Chase Elliott? Yes, but just because he's a playoff driver and he needs to win, I don't think he's going to be dominating, leading all of this race. Bubba Wallace, always like Bubba on 1.5 miles. He's cheap, 78 on both DK and FanDuel. I feel like that's rare to have the driver same price on both sites. Plus 300 or plus $3,000 in Vegas. Fantastic practice. Love his practice speeds. I will have lots of exposure to Bubba Wallace on Sunday. Daniel Hemrick. See exactly what I said about Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 5 drivers ago and applied all to Daniel Hemrick. No idea how he qualified so good. Practice terrible. He's not been super fast. He's not been fast at all this season. Any decent finish he's gotten has been, just plodding along and not getting into accidents. I'll take that when he starts 30th, 35th, 29th. I don't want that when he's starting 9th. So fading with full confidence, Daniel Hemrick. Justin Haley. I have no issues with Justin Haley this weekend. I like Spire Motorsports a lot. This is Justin Haley's first time at Homestead in the Spire Motorsports car. His track rank and track type rank aren't the best, but he hasn't been in the best equipment at these type of racetracks, right? So we have to look at those things with a grain of salt. Practice wasn't the best, but I'm willing to keep him in my pool for the price tag at 6,400 and for the unknown upside. We all know Justin Haley is a great race car driver. He's proven that many times this year in the Rick Ware car. Now he's in a much better car. So, yeah, give me some Justin Haley. Alex Bowman. He finished, I think, 19th here last year. 9th here in 2022. And I kind of think he's going to finish between 20th and 10th this year. Practice, he was mid. He's mid at Homestead. He's mid at mile and a halfs. He's not in the playoffs. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see him going out and beating down the door on Sunday. Next up, we have a pair of Stewart Haas drivers, Josh Berry and Chase Briscoe. I like both of these. I like Briscoe probably a bit more than Josh Berry, but the Josh Berry price tag you can't ignore. Stewart Haas has seemed to excel this season at high tire wear racetracks. Maybe that's just because their cars are slower, so therefore they aren't burning the tire, or they aren't burning the rubber off as much as the other cars in the field. But yeah, they've excelled at these high tire wear tracks, so I can't ignore it. Vegas doesn't like Josh Berry at all compared to Chase Briscoe's plus 4,000. Yeah, I'll definitely have Chase Briscoe. If I don't have any Josh Berry, I won't be upset. However, if I do have Josh Berry, I won't be upset either. I'm not going out of my way to play Josh, but I'm not shying away from him either. Next up, Ty Gibbs. Love me some Ty Gibbs. Can't believe he did not win this season. And I really don't think he's going to pull it off in these next 3 races. Now, watch, he goes and does exactly that. But yeah, no issues with Baby Gibbs this weekend. 8,200 on DK, plus 2,200 on the books. 7th in the 30 lap averages. That's great. We're looking for long run speed, and he has it. So give me Ty Gibbs. Carson Hocevar. I love me some Carson Hocevar. Mid though, practice speeds mid. I believe this is his first time at Homestead Miami in a next gen cup car as well. So he does have experience at Homestead in the truck series. But this is his first time in a cup car here. I always have Hocevar in my pool. That's a little peek behind the curtain. I always have him in my pool. If I don't have any exposure to him, I won't be upset. But I do think he will be a nice play on Sunday. Noah Gragson. Everything I said about Josh Berry and Chase Briscoe, that absolutely applies to Noah Gragson as well. Good at high tire wear racetracks and pretty good practice, right? Let's see here. Noah Gragson. Yeah, 11th, 5th, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. What? Give me all of that high end long run speed for only 7,400. Love it. Kyle Busch. It pains me to say this, but fade. Practice was terrible. Terrible. Not good. And he hasn't had the season this year where I can be like, yeah, like he's practice is bad. It doesn't matter. Kyle's gonna go give it hell. Like he's gonna give it hell. I don't think the car's gonna give it hell with him. So I'm sadly fading Kyle Busch this weekend. Brad Keselowski, I'll play. Fantastic practice speeds in every category. Love me some Brad K. Zane Smith. I like Zane Smith. He has been, I've mentioned this before in these videos these past couple of weeks, he's been trending up. The beginning of the season, he was terrible, god awful, the worst. Not so much anymore. Practice speeds, not so terrible. His practice speeds were around the 19th, the 18th, 17th, and he qualified 19th. So he's qualifying where he's practicing. Yeah, if some cars fall out ahead of him, if he keeps the tires underneath him, there's no reason he can't progress a few spots. So no issues playing Zane Smith this weekend. Ryan Blaney, plus 1,300 on the books, 10K on DK, 12 on FanDuel. Playoff driver, fantastic at Homestead, Miami. And pretty good practice speeds. Not even pretty good, great practice speeds. He wasn't great in the 1 and the 5, but if you look at the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, fantastic. 6th, 3rd, 6th, 4th. Yeah, no wonder he's 10K on DraftKings. Yeah, give me all of the Ryan Blaney plus the added benefit that he's a playoff driver. So he's got to win. Chris Buescher. This is our first little side note of the evening. Chris Buescher will be going to the rear in Sunday's race because after practice and qualifying, a steering issue was uncovered, which they had to repair. So both Chris Buescher and Joey Logano both had the same issue, and they are both going to the rear for Sunday's race. That in of itself does not scare me off of Chris Buescher. Yeah, yes, he's going to the rear, but he's Chris Buescher. I'm not too worried about him getting in an accident from the rear. And he's been great at 1.5 miles this season, so no issues with Buescher. Ross Chastain, love me some Ross Chastain. Daniel Suarez, definitely going to fade mi amigo this weekend. Just compare the two via Vegas, right? Plus 2,500 for Ross, plus 20 grand for Suarez. No love there for me for Suarez. Michael McDowell, Vegas hates him. Practice didn't. Practice loved Michael McDowell. And as I mentioned with Stuart Haas, Ford has been decent at high tire wear racetracks this season, which is what this is. So Vegas doesn't seem to like him. I don't think he's projecting very well. And I don't believe he's getting that much ownership. For those reasons, I will be playing Michael McDowell. Next up, William Byron, the cash game lock of the slate. He biffed his qualifying run. I believe he just entered way too high and qualified like trash, 25th. That doesn't throw me off of him at all. Look at his long run speeds. 7th, 9th, 8th, 7th, 5th, 4th. And he's starting 25th. Shit. All of the place differential upside for Willie B. Joey Logano, as I mentioned when I mentioned Chris Buescher, Joey Logano is going to the rear. And I am 100% fading Joey Logano. And I'll tell you right now, I'm fading him next week at Martinsville as well. He is locked into the championship race. He has not had a crazy good season. And the only thing he cares about is Phoenix. He can wreck lap 1 tomorrow. I'm recording this on Saturday night. He could wreck lap 1. He don't care because he's locked in the championship race. So totally fading Logano on Sunday. Kaz Grala, fade. I will take chances on Kaz every now and then. This is not one of those every now and then weekends. Fading Kaz. Eric Jones. I love Eric Jones, but Legacy Motor Club sucks. There. So, and because of that, I'm fading both Eric Jones and John Hunter Nemechek. Both big fades for me this weekend. Here is where I'm going to have to swallow my pride for a second. So, in fact, I'm going to sit back. Okay. Starting 30th, Austin Dillon. Yes, I may be the #1 Austin Dillon hater on YouTube. No, I'm definitely not. But I'm playing him on Sunday. I'm playing him. And here's why. He's good at Homestead. How? I don't know. Like earlier, how I mentioned, how did Ricky Stenhouse and Daniel Hemrick qualify so good at Homestead? How the hell is Austin Dillon good at Homestead? But he is. He finished 10th in 2023. He finished 4th in 2022. And those aren't flukes. Those aren't like, oh, everyone ran out of gas and Austin Dillon got up there. No, he did good. And he's starting 30th. Ain't no one going to play him because he sucks 98% of the year. This might be the 2% of the year where you play him. I'm not going to lock him in or anything like that, but I'm going to have a decent amount of Austin Dillon, and that scares me to death. But those are the slates you win, so give me some Austin Dillon. Gilliland, Todd Gilliland, fade. Just because not that great in practice. Yeah, I don't know. Normally, I'm part of the what do they call it? The Gilly Gang, Todd Gilliland Gang. I'm not joining that gang this weekend. AJ Allmendinger though, kind of will take a chance on. He's been doing great in Xfinity. Yes, his practice speeds are terrible, but he didn't run anything past the 15 or 20. So he might have just been happy with how his car felt and decided that's a wrap. I consider Allmendinger a, how should I say this? If he's doing well in a lower series, which he is currently in Xfinity, I think he brings that positive energy up with him to Cup, and it positively impacts his Cup performances. So, I will take a chance on AJ Allmendinger just because he's doing good in Xfinity. He's making his Cup return next season and solid PD upside, right? So I'll play some Dinger. Corey LaJoie, fade. Harrison Burton, fade. Kinda. Harrison Burton's practice speeds were kind of good. Am I going to play him? No. Should you consider it? Yes. Ryan Preece. Remember how I said about Fords being good at high tire wear racetracks? Ryan Preece really excels at high tire wear racetracks. He has been trash practice. He has been trash all season. He has a trash price. He has trash odds. Trash. I'm still playing him. Give me some Ryan Preece on Sunday. Austin Cindric. I love Austin Cindric. He's had an excellent 2024 season. I just don't like his price tag. But he's probably the safest driver in the rear. While I will be playing a lot of Ryan Preece over Cindric, Cindric is a safer play by far, right? So he will get ownership due to that. And then last but most certainly not least, JJ Laley and Chad Fincham. Please don't play these two. Please. If you're going to play any, maybe JJ, maybe don't play Chad Fincham. Please. For me, don't do it. Don't waste your money. Thank you. All right. Hey, that's it. That's all I got. Let me grab a swig of my half-spilled strawberry dream monster. And on that note, folks, I'm going to call it a perfect day. We have only 3 NASCAR races left in the 2024 season. This weekend at Homestead, which really should be the championship track. We have next weekend at Martinsville, my favorite track, and the championship race at Phoenix. So NASCAR season's winding down. As always, thanks for hanging out with me. And as always, let's ship it. Oh, boom.